Hey yo, what's good, partners? And welcome back to another episode of the Tacho Show. So, the most recent round of Summoner Duels has ended, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the usage statistics today. So, it's been a while since I've actually checked in on what's been going on in Summoner Duels. I haven't played in a long time, mainly because, I'll be honest, I don't really care anymore. But it is nice to take a look, see what the meta is looking like over there, and see what units people are running in there. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that right now. And this list was compiled by DTM, Hanadi, Hyodo, and then, can't read the kanji there, and Lana. So a bunch of friends over at the Competitive Fae Discord server. So shout outs to them. Thanks, of course, and extra shout outs to DTM. So, let's go ahead and take a look. Now, also, I just want you guys to keep in mind, if you see a unit in particular missing from here, that doesn't really mean they're a bad unit. They may not be a good Summoner Duels unit, but by no means does that make them a bad unit. For example, like Baby Duo Edelgard, who is not on here at all. That unit is outrageously broken for Aether Raid's offense. So, not every unit is designed for the same exact game mode. Just to put it into perspective for you guys, so just keep that in mind. This isn't like a tier list or anything like that. This is mainly just usage statistics. So starting things off, we have the Mythic Alphador with a 92.31% usage rate, the highest of any unit on the list, and should be pretty obvious why. The reason why is because you want him to just have Foresight Snare on a team that's not using Heimdallr. So you got the two Heimdallrs you can put on two separate teams for SDS, and then a third way to get Foresight Snare with Alphador there, which is obviously very good. So that's really the main reason why he's here, but also his gimmick of just stealing every active bonus and then giving it to an ally is obviously very good. So he should be pretty obvious to everyone. Legendary Sakura, again, who takes us back to the good old days of no Kanto control, where Kanto was the most broken thing in Summoner Duels. So Legendary Sakura should be pretty obvious as well. We talked about the two Heimdallrs already. Foresight Snare is the meta. Okay, then we have New Year Valley, who's pretty good too, mainly as an initiator, because she can just go ahead and bust through. She can attack, waste the Foresight Snare, and then she's not exactly dead after that, because it takes at minimum 2 actions to get rid of her, unless there's shenanigans going on where they can neutralize her special or something. But that's not a very common thing to be able to do. So Valley is a good offense initiator where you can just have her start the actions off and then she's not dead after that. Like, you're not sacrificing a unit just to do that. So yeah, she has usage. Emblem Lucina, obviously, she was a bonus unit this round if I'm not mistaken, but regardless of that, I think she still would have had a pretty high usage rate anyway. So, of course, she can give the DR support, which is great, especially for the slow pace of the game that we have right now, where you're really just balling up your units and hiding behind Foresight Snare, and then maybe a pretty good save unit. So Emblem Lucina with the DR support is good, but more than that, it's actually like the combination of all the things that she does. Like the action economy with the ability to use an assist and then move again. Combos really nicely with a lot of the emblem rings, like Lyn and also Byleth Ring, for example. She gives a lot of support to allies when she uses the assist, and then also being a ranged option like her, she can snipe with the Lyn Ring and then just be a good DPS from afar. So no surprises there. All right, we got the Harmonic Brave Lyn, another good unit. She's got the 3-range style, which is like the second best style outside of the 6-range style. But yeah, Harmonic Lyn, 6 reach is basically what it is. Very good unit. Also, she's got Feud built in against armors and calves, so she can bypass the Lucina DR support and stuff like that. Very good offensive unit. All right, New Year Duo Balder should be pretty obvious to a lot of people. Just Baby Camilla with bulk. And then also crazy support, too, with that Crux debuff. All right, Mythic Valley should be for a majority of the same reasons as the New Year Valley. Oh, Duo Thor. Oh, yeah, the Evergreen unit. Yeah, you love to see it, man. I love how they made Mythic Tiki as a direct counter to this Thor, and it didn't work. It just goes to show, man, Thor will live forever. You'll love to see it. So, yeah, Mythic Tiki, it's really hard to justify using that unit because even though she turns off the ability to neutralize all of your bonuses. That's really all she does. Like, nothing else that she does is actually important. So, are you going to waste a team slot bringing Mythic Tiki just to counterpick Thor and maybe Mythic Loki if they show up, when it's not even a guarantee that they're going to show up? You should be... It should be a very obvious decision, right? Like, don't waste the team spot for a counterpick to a unit that may not even show up, right? Like, that's a very common knowledge. All right, then we have the baby duo, or I don't know why I said duo there. The baby Claude, who is, like I thought, the best unit on the baby banner overall. I mean, Edelgard in Aether offense is better, but outside of that, I mean, this guy is just like better everywhere else. So he's also got the 3-range style, and he moves 3 spaces just like the Harmonic Lyn. And instead of having feud and shenanigans like that, he just reduces the enemy damage to 1, which is a very broken ability. So yeah, he's not a surprise. Brave Vector Deer, obviously very good, and he can turn another unit into a save, giving you double saves, which normally you can't have in SD. T. Veronica, also a very good unit with the ability to give feud to allies, or I think what does she do? She inflicts feud on the enemies after using the assist, so then all your units are basically able to attack and bypass any out-of-combat effects. So that's obviously very good. The new duo Sigurd is in there. Yeah, this guy, he's bananas. He has the AoE, and then he has Ignis built in on the follow-up attack. I don't know what they were thinking with that special, man. That special is so bonkers. So, yeah, of course he's going to be very good. And then he can basically give everyone momentum, too, with the duo button. Okay, so next up we have the Harmonic Bunny Erica. Another pretty interesting unit. I thought for sure she was going to die off, or at least a lot of people said she was going to die off because of Emblem Lucina, because the DR gives them a lot of protection, and this unit really just tries to one-shot in one attack. So if she's not able to do that, she could be in a lot of trouble. But I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Like, Lucina or not, whatever. Just this Erica is still being used quite a lot. All right, then we have the Attuned Tharja. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because she's a good counterpick to the volley units. And then there's not really another unit that neutralizes specials that I would say is as good as this Tharja. And then she could also just have the Lyn Ring too, so like it makes a lot of sense. All right, we got the Arena Crom as well. Should also go without saying. These units that have action economy, i.e. they can use an assist and then a move again, very valuable to have for or for Summoner Duels, where action economy is very important. All right, we have the Ilian Hilda, another very good unit. One of the best damage support units that you can have. I love using this unit all the time. I use her like everywhere, man. She's just really good. And then her button is good too with the share spoils. Ooh, Legendary Elise down here. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I guess I kind of get it because you got to line up with her to pop the style, which if the enemies are zoning you out, it's not going to be the easiest thing to do to just line up with Elise. But, yeah, I mean, her style, if you can get it off, her style is very, very broken. Ilian Azura? Really? Now, there is a huge drop-off point at this point because we go from 40% from Elise down to 29.91%. So I'm just surprised anyone is even running a hard dancer as opposed to just some other unit that can become a dancer with Byleth Ring. That's very interesting. Now, I guess you can only use Byleth Ring on one team, and this Azura has the range dance, which is interesting, but I'm honestly kind of surprised that she's actually this high. She's the highest rated dancer, too. I would have thought it might have been one of the Ninians, like the Entwined one or the Legendary one, but huh, okay. If you guys are more knowledgeable about SD, let me know in the comments why Ilian Azura is this high up here. All right, then we got Baby Camilla, very obvious. Another evergreen unit, presumably, like Duo Thor. This unit has way outlived her lifespan of a unit. She's over a year old now, and she's still going. Very rare that we see something like that in Fae. Okay, then we have Niffle, the refined Niffle, who actually got a really nice refine with the amount of support they gave her. She can set up the ice tiles, which is really good too. So, yeah, I can definitely see why this Niffle would be one of the more used units. Oh, Arena Marth? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I use this unit a lot in Arena Assault, but I didn't think she'd be that impactful for Summoner Duels. That's interesting, because she doesn't really have the craziest reach. She's just an infantry melee type. She does have the action economy with her assist and the amount of support that she can give. She's not a bad player phaser, too, if she can actually reach. But I would have thought we would have been more dominating with, like, the long-range units and stuff like that, which I guess is the case, because she's kind of down towards the bottom. It's not like she's all the way at the top of the list. All right, then we have the Harmonic Ivy up next, another interesting unit. She's not very good in Aether Raids, which is why I'm not very high on this unit. But obviously in Summoner Duels, she is actually pretty good in there. And I do like her button in Summoner Duels where she has the delayed haze tile effect. So you can use her to overwrite tiles on a whim, which is very good. Terrain support is like one of the most important things that we've entered into now. So having a way to get around that is obviously very good. Okay, then we have the Ilian Mia, another interesting support unit. I remember they gave her a lot of stuff. I don't remember exactly, like, everything she did. I guess we can pull that up, right? Let's take a look at this Ilian Mia real quick. Because I mean, I knew she was good, but I didn't, like, remember everything she did. Okay, there you go. That's the answer right there. So she gives reflex. I don't even need to read the rest of it. I see this, and there you go. So she gives reflex. All right, then we have the Harmonic Brave Celica, another pretty good unit. Also a unit that has 6 reach with the style and also the +1 movement from her C skill. You got the Halloween Freya, also makes it in here. I would have thought she'd be a little bit higher, because she does have the button that can neutralize 2 bonuses. It's not, like, an impactful one. I really wanted her to have Duo Thor's button, where she just turns off every bonus, but at that point, she'd just straight up be, like, the best unit in the game, I think. Especially considering how high Duo Thor is, even though Thor does nothing besides the button. So, yeah, but Freya is obviously very good. All right, we got the Emblem Micaiah, a unit who has, like, such a multifaceted kit. There's so many things she can do. And she's also another good user of Canto Control, which, if we take a look at this list, there's not really that many infantry units, right? Like, Emblem Lucina's one. We got the Arena Crom, he's another one. And then Arena Marth. Yeah, so we really have a shortage of good, viable infantry units for Summoner Duels. So anyone that you can slap Canto Control onto is going to be very valuable. All right, then we have the... Oh, wow, Baby Ingrid. Interesting. Yeah, I'm actually kind of stumped. Let's take a look at her again. I know she has action economy, but it's got to be more than just that. There's no way people are going to be running her if she's not doing something else that's important, right? Huh. All right, well, she's got Potent. She's got a lot of reach. She's got a lot of Canto. She's doing a lot of debuffs. That's a really interesting one, though, because, like, I skimmed through what she did there. It doesn't look like she's doing anything that's that crazy. Huh. Okay. And then we finish off with the Duo Marth there, who I'm actually surprised that he's still hanging in there, but he does give crazy support, and the Vantage gimmick still comes in handy sometimes. Not all the time, because a lot of the initiators now just don't even care. They have so much bulk that they're going to live regardless of him having Vantage. But it can still come in clutch against certain units, like Baby Camilla, for example, that aren't really built to deal with a unit that has Vantage. So, yeah, there you guys go. These are the most current usage statistics for Summoner Duels. I would say the cutoff point is probably around Tharja. Like, once we start dipping below 50% usage, that's where I feel like there's a lot of other units that could probably sneak their way in here. And, yeah, but the top are very obvious, right? Like the Heimdallers, Alphador, Sakura, etc., etc. The 3-range style units like Lyn and also the Baby Claude. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let's just quickly take a look at what people have to say as well. If anyone's, like, commenting on how their round went, or like what the meta was like. That's what I'm looking for here. Let's just see some insight. I don't follow SD much, but how did Niffle get in there? Throws down Ice Terrain, has Flash and Frozen. Yeah, I would have imagined that would be the reason too. Yeah, this is the reason why I'm surprised that Ilian Azura is even in there too, because like you could just turn anyone into a dancer with that Byleth ring. I would have imagined like all dancers would have been phased out by this point, but we still have some sneaking in there. Yeah, and then Ingrid, right? Like, I didn't think that Ingrid was anything special, so let's take a look at what they have to say. Ingrid is maybe in part new toy syndrome, but she happens to be a good combo for Claude, is the main thing. If you look at the Sheet Unit Companion tab, you can see that Ingrid was paired with young Claude 86% of the time. Pairs well with him because her solid spectrum buffs from her weapons, truly insighted, massive attack, speed, defense debuffs. Yeah, I mean, the more speed you can get on that baby Claude, the better. Like, he is so reliant on speed that it's ridiculous. So, a unit that's supporting him well in that regard is going to be very good. At start of turn, after each action... Yeah, obviously any fast unit wants speed, but Claude very notably only gets his DR condition when he gets speed. Yeah, which, again, like I said, he is very reliant on that. Yeah, speed is crucial for him to beat Baldur. Beyond just pairing well with Claude for speed stacks, it was also in part because this season's captain skills. If you look at the young Ingrid on the sheet, almost always being paired with young Claude, she's nearly always on a team with the Fault captain skill, which I did pull up the captain skills just to quickly take a look at what was going on. So Perfect Order is this one that gives you Hardy Bearing, which isn't really all that relevant. All right, then we have Decisive, which gives you Potent. This was one of the common ones. We can take a look actually real quick. So these were the usages. Perfect Order was not really used all that much. Fault and Decisive were the two, and this one gives you Potent. Potentially Potent 100, which can be a big deal for certain units. And then Fault, which gives you a stupid amount of true damage. I mean, this is obvious. Like, more damage is more caveman wombo combo. So, yeah, that's why people would have wanted to go for that. Yeah, I think we've gotten the gist of it. I can kind of see why, but yeah, it seems like new toy syndrome was also playing a role in the reason why Ingrid had such high usage. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. It's always nice to check in on Summoner Duels at least once in a while. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. Let me know how your round went in Summoner Duels if you played. And I will catch y'all again on the flip side.